So I just came back from HEB. Sorry I didn't bring you guys along. I'm always very shy to film inside a grocery store. I don't know why, but yeah. So anyways, I wanted to take the time to sit here and just answer a couple questions that I get quite a bit about this new role, especially coming from a field engineer position into a sales position. So it is very different, and yeah, I'm gonna answer a couple questions. So it says, how different is your life now that you work in an office environment and not the field? It's very different, starting from just in general the lifestyle, right? So when I was in the field, I was working rotation work. So for 2 weeks I was out in the field, and for a week I would come home, and I kept doing that over and over. Sometimes like winter projects or certain extended periods in the winter, I would do 3, 4, 5 weeks straight working up north and then come home for a little bit. Now I'm home every day, so that's really exciting. It's nice because after almost 5.5 years of not really having a stability in terms of like a routine where I can go to the gym, the same gym at the same time, or take classes, or do specific hobbies, or even just go out to the restaurant every day with my friends or with my husband. When you're in the field, it's kind of work, work, work. There is a balance with work, like lifestyle, but not as good as it is once we are out. So now that I'm home, I can, plan my days, I can plan my weekends, I can plan trips. It's just more stable in terms of the activities that I could do, and planning is just so much easier because when you were in the field, if you plan something, like it could not happen the next day because you get called out or stuff like that. But I really enjoyed being in the field, so it's not like it's a negative. But definitely just, I think my work-life balance is a lot better now because I know what my days look like. I know when I'm going to be home. I know I'm home every day, and just like the schedule is a lot more of a set schedule. So that was kind of nice. In terms of office environment versus field environment, that's extremely different. So for one, when you're in the field, you're working with coveralls, you don't really need to brush your hair or take care of like your appearance as much because you're basically just out there working. Whereas when you're in the office, you do have to take care of, what you're wearing and be somewhat presentable because you are in a professional environment, you are in an office. So those things do matter. So now I actually have to, pick out what I'm gonna wear and like make sure that if I have a meeting, I'm dressed appropriately and things like that. While I was in the field, it was just like, doesn't matter what you're wearing, just throw some coveralls on and you walk out the door. So that's also different. As well as, I guess the office is a little bit different as well because one, you don't know everyone that's in that same floor as you. There's people from all over places, right? So there's people on the accounting side, on the sales side, on the operation side. It's just so many people. So I'm in the Sugar Land campus, and there's just thousands of employees, and it's just such a big company. So it's kind of hard sometimes to feel like you did at the shop, where you knew everyone was friends, and kind of more of a close-knit family. While as when you're in the office, it's a lot bigger, so you don't really know everyone that's around you. Also, I would say different, just very different in terms of the people that you work with in the field versus the people that you work with in the office. So yeah, that's another thing that I kind of have to get used to. I would also say kind of how you talk is different. Coming from the field, I think we're more just free to be ourselves, I guess, in a way, and just talk and say whatever you want, and it's just a different kind of environment. Whereas when you're in the office, it is a lot more of a professional setting. So I would say, your voice tone, or there isn't as much, I guess, free expression because it matters, right? You don't know who's in the other room, and it's just more professional versus the field. Was it difficult to adapt? I would say it was. After being in the field for so many years, it was very hard for me to adapt into an office. starting by just like the dress code. I'm someone that, you know, when I wake up, I don't really like to think too much about what I'm going to wear, or really like to put makeup on and like do my hair nice and all that stuff. So that was a little like difficult, because I know that I know that you don't have to do it. Like, no one's gonna say, why didn't you put makeup on today, or why isn't your hair done, and stuff like that. But it does feel like it's expected from you, especially in a professional environment. Like, you are expected to somewhat be presentable and dress nice and just, you know, keep up to everybody's standards. So also in terms of difficult to adapt, I would say yes, because in the field and with the crews and the operators and the field engineers and the managers at a shop level, it almost felt like school still, where we're all very free to say whatever we want. We're young. It's just a completely like different world out in the shops and in the field versus the corporate life. So I do enjoy both, but it did take me a while to adapt and say like, oh, I'm no longer in the field. Like, I'm not sitting with, you know, my shop buddies. Like, now I'm actually in a corporate office with really high up people, and you just kind of have to not change who you are, but definitely adapt and make sure that you are being respectful and that you know you are in a professional environment. Third, how did you come across the opportunity? So this was towards the end of my field career. I was about to get my grade 11. I was going to Houston to present my project, and I wanted to get out of the field. I was honestly, like, towards the end, I was just tired of being in the field, and I kind of wanted more of a structured life. Like, I didn't want to be going back and forth, leaving all the time. I really just wanted some sort of structure and have the weekends off. And I loved the field and I liked my week off and all that, but I also want to just structure like everybody else and have a 9 to 5, even though that's not what I do right now, and I'll explain that later. But I kind of did want the, you know, Monday to Friday and more of a routine in terms of being home every day and going to the gym every day and taking care of myself every day. And just that's what I wanted, and then that's why I wanted to get out of the field. So I came across this opportunity when one of the managers who was starting this new business back in the time of a year ago, was called Resource Light, and he randomly called me and asked me if I wanted to be part of the team. And he said that if I would join, I can get my grade 11 and then eventually get out of the field within the next couple of weeks. And I was just like, sign me up, let's go. You know, like, it meant a big opportunity for me. It meant, hey, you can get out of the field and you can go back home. And at that point in time, I just wanted to be home. Like, my number one thing was I just wanted to be home with my husband and with my dogs, and I felt like I had to put family as a priority. And so it just worked out perfect. It was right towards the end of my field career. I got my grade 11. I got out of the field and joined sales under Resource Light, which is now called Extreme. I won't get into too many details because it's a little complicated. But yeah, now I'm a sales engineer. I've been in this position for about almost a year, I would say. And it's just been a roller coaster, but it's been really fun. And I've grown as a person, as a employee. Just overall, it's been a really great experience. And I'm extremely happy that I got out and that I got this opportunity. Okay, fourth, what's your favorite thing about being a sales engineer? I would say my favorite part is meeting people. I'm a people person. I love talking, as you can probably tell. I just love meeting people. I'm very social. I like asking questions and seeing how I can help clients fix their problems, or how can I be a solution? How can I help you make better business? How can I help you in your company? So being a sales engineer has been really great because basically I solve clients' problems. And it's been great to meet tons of people in the industry and just get to know everyone. And I really consider all of my clients good friends. And yeah, like it's fun because you get to bond with customers on different levels. You can take them out for lunch, you can take them out for dinner, you can go to different events, go see a sporting game, take them to golf, things like that. So it's kind of fun because you get to do activities and just really just get to know people and see how you can help and just kind of grow relationships with people. So if you're a people person and you like talking, you like meeting people, and yeah, if you enjoy any of those things, then sales engineer is definitely for you. If you don't like talking to people, probably not a great idea. Okay, next question. What do you do in your free time? In my free time, I love working out. I love running. I love cooking. I like enjoying time with my family. I'm a pretty simple person. It doesn't take much for me to be happy or be excited about things. Little things get me excited. So if I can get a good workout in, or go for a walk, go to the dog park with my dogs and my husband, or just go out and order pizza, that's a good day for me. Last question. What does your day-to-day activity schedule look like? Okay. So I don't know if this is the same for all different types of careers within Schlumberger, but I would say as a sales engineer, it's pretty different. Like my days don't look at all alike. They're all very different. So one day I could wake up, I could have client meetings, I can have internal meetings where I'll go to the office and meet in a boardroom with all the guys and just, you know, write things down. What's your strategy? What's your plan? How are we attacking the month? More of a strategy kind of thing. And then I could have days where all I do all day is answer emails, answer phone calls, take clients out for lunch, take clients out for dinner, do tickets, do invoices. Honestly, it's extremely different, and that's kind of what I really enjoy about being a sales engineer, is that my days don't look the same. And just like the field, that's what kept me in the field, was the unknown, the challenge, the excitement of not really knowing what my day was going to be like. And that's kind of similar to what my current job is right now. It's all very random. Sometimes you have customers calling for a service or for questions, or randomly someone wants to meet you because they might be interested in something that you're selling, or, you know, so really my days are very different, and I really enjoy that. So yeah, I don't go to the office every day. I say I probably go 3 times a week, and the rest of the time it's mainly working from my phone, working from home, meeting customers, traveling. I do travel a lot to go see some customers. I would say maybe 3 to 4 days out of the month I'm traveling to either Denver, Houston, not Houston, I live in Houston, Dallas, Midland, just like different places where maybe the company that I'm working for or the customer that I have has a headquarters there. So I go there and meet their team, and just yeah, so lots of traveling is involved, because you have to go meet your customers. Other than that, that's kind of what my day-to-day activities look like. I wouldn't say I have a schedule. Like, I don't work a 9 to 5. I work from the second that I wake up till the second that I go to sleep. I don't see it as a clock in, clock out. So like 5 o'clock hits, I don't just stop answering emails. I don't just not pick up my phone. I'm always working in a weird way. Like, no matter what time it is, I'll answer my customers. If I think of something, I'll text my boss, or I'll text my customer, or I'm basically always working, really, from the second that I wake up. Even if I'm at the gym, if I'm grocery shopping, if I'm doing whatever it is, I'm always on my phone taking care of customers, making sure that if someone's calling me, if someone's texting me, someone's emailing me, I'm there to answer, no matter what I'm doing. So that's kind of what's nice about living in 2019, is the fact that you can work from your phone, and you can take care of business from your thumbs. So yeah, I hope you guys found this enjoyable, and